So I was getting ready to relax, and then I realized that I hadn't posted my February wrap-up or March TBR yet. Hi Arrows, I'm Kashawn and you are watching The Book Archer. I managed to read 4 books again. I don't know what the deal is with me in this little 4 book thing, but hopefully we get over that in March because I just have so many things I want to get to. But we're going to start out with the only thing that was on my concrete TBR for February, and that is Freaks by Amanda Hocking. It follows a traveling sideshow while they're in New Orleans, and it features people with supernatural abilities. It also takes place in the 80s. This was an okay read for me. It had all of the makings to be amazing. The story just did not live up to what I wanted it to be. I ended up giving this a 3 out of 5 stars. Some things that I didn't like about it is that the plot really dragged and there were also some holes in the plot. The main focus is supposed to be on this mystery. All of the people from this sideshow and this carnival, they keep turning up either missing or they're getting attacked in the middle of the night, or people are turning up dead, and every day they're trying to figure out, well, who is targeting us. But a lot of the time in this story, which is less than 400 pages, is spent on the romance. And then on top of that, the romance was very insta-lovey, and things that they mention on the description, like the side flap of the book, some of those things don't even happen until there's like 80 pages left in the book. I like the overall idea of the story more so than I actually enjoyed reading it. The last few pages in the last scene did get me. I was like, oh, okay, everything's about to go down. I'm gonna do a review of this one, so I don't want to talk about it too much more, but 3 out of 5 stars for Freaks by Amanda Hocking. After I read Freaks, I picked up a new release that came out in February, and that is American Street by Zoboi. This was on my anticipated reads for the month of February. This story follows Fabiola. She's a Haitian immigrant and she's coming to America for the first time to live with her cousins and her aunt. At the very beginning, like second page of the story, her and her mom are both trying to come over to America at the same time, but her mom is detained and Fabiola goes on to go through, and the story basically is about her settling into America. What is the quote-unquote American dream? I had such a hard time trying to give this book a star rating because I enjoyed like 90% of it. Like, I was loving it. I really enjoyed so much of the story, but towards the end, I'm just, oh god. I have thoughts. I'll do a non-spoiler review and I may do a little spoilery discussion at the end, but the ending, man, oh, I would probably give this a 4 out of 5 stars. Just, I really liked Fabiola for the most part. I really enjoyed her character, and there were some parts in the story that I could really relate to. She was talking about like doing her natural hair and the relationship that she had with her mom, and I like that she had a very strong religion. She just seemed to be very grounded as a character, and I also enjoyed the relationship and the love interest in this story. The ending necessarily wasn't bad, it just wasn't what I wanted to happen, and I'm having a really hard time coming to terms with that. But as far as book quality, it's a 4-star read for me. As far as my enjoyment because of that ending, it would be like 3.75 stars. The next book that I read this month is an audiobook, so I don't have it with me. As you guys know, I said that I was going to try and read self-improvement, inspirational, or self-help books once a month. The audiobook that I listened to was Grace Not Perfection by Emily Lee. I'll just show you the first one because I have it on my display of used journals, but you can't really tell because this one's like a Tiffany blue color, but it says, I will hold myself to a standard of grace, not perfection. and she really goes and talks about this throughout her book. The book is basically telling you living a life that you love without it being like what society standards of your life should be, living your life outside of social media, outside of everyone else's expectations, just really with what makes you happy. So I really connected with that. She has a few scriptures throughout the book that I really love, and she really goes into detail on how she handles her whole day, because she's a business owner, but she also has 3 young children, 2 of them twins, and it's basically how she's juggling so many different things in her life without being overwhelmed, and how she got through the time periods where she was going through hard times in life, and just really making it a priority to live your life to the fullest and not just live to work and work to live. I don't think that I'll be listening to self-help or self-improvement books on audiobook anymore, because I really like to highlight and reference back in sticky note certain quotes. So I'll give that one about 3.5 stars. So the next book that I read this month is my favorite read for the month, and I've been talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to this, I'm gonna read this for the longest, and I finally did, and I can't believe, like, I'm so mad I waited to read this book, but that is Tiny Pretty Things. This was so good. A few of y'all have been recommending this book to me. This is marketed as a cross between Pretty Little Liars and Black Swan, and I feel like that is spot on. This was just such a fun read. This was like watching like drama television. This book follows 3 main characters, and they all attend school at this American Ballet Conservatory. It is supposed to be like the top ballet school in the country. It's in New York City, and then a lot of the girls who attend there go on to become professional ballerinas. There's just so much that happens in this book because everyone is competitive, everyone is trying to make it to the top. The thing I really enjoyed about this book is I liked all 3 characters' perspectives. Aside from one of the characters, everybody in here is morally gray. Everybody has their own motivations, and it's so interesting to really dissect that human experience when you're willing to do anything to be the best, and you kind of see these people exploring the worst of themselves but trying to be the best of themselves at the same time. So it's kind of like a push and a pull. But then all the while this book is going on, there is like this mystery element, because someone is going around, they're doing like little pranks, really out to get one of the top ballerinas at this school. The 3 perspectives are totally different. I just really liked how all the elements came together. This is definitely one of those books that you can read without knowing anything else besides what I told you, because I really didn't know the plot of this book. I just knew it was set at this New York City ballet. It followed these 3 main characters, and they were all climbing to get to the top, and it was a cross between Pretty Little Liars and Black Swan, and that was really all I needed to know. But I definitely would give it at least a 4-star, probably 4.5. I'm leaning towards 4.5, but I highly enjoyed this. Those are all the books that I read in February. On to my March TBR. Of course, the first thing that I'm going to read this month is Shiny Broken Pieces. This is the 2nd book in the Tiny Pretty Things duology. With the way that book was going and ending, I had to pick this up immediately. This is a great duology to read back to back, so I can't wait. Another book that I plan on reading in the month of March is The Beast is an Animal. This book comes out March the 7th, and I got an ARC. I'm going to be reading this one and reviewing it. I also have an extra copy of this one, so I will be giving that away once I read and review this book. So whenever I post the review, the giveaway will be in that video as well, so look out for that. Those 2 are the only ones that are like concrete. You guys know I'm a mood reader, so we'll see what I get to. I hope to get a lot of reading done this month. As always, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram at theBookArcher. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!